Alright everybody, it is story time. Once upon a time there was a YouTuber named Space Chicken. Now the name's a little goofy, but don't worry about it. So in case you didn't know, Space Chicken is known for his numerous amount of uploads. Like, he uploads thousands, probably millions of videos every single day, and never has not uploaded a video for 4 months. No sir. So it came to pass that Space Chicken wanted to glitch out a Mario Kart game, then a thought hit him. Mario Kart DS was the first ever video on his channel. Space Chicken then remembered the hundreds of hours it took to create that first episode of Glitch Vault in a cramped apartment room for no reason other than wanting to create something. He then realized how thankful he was that people wanted to watch him at all, and was glad he could provide something that, at the very least, was entertaining. So there you have it, folks. I just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in over these last couple of years, and I look forward to the years to come for this channel. Thank you for joining me. Now, with all of that said, on with the show. Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to Glitch Vault. Today we're taking a look at Mario Kart Wii for the Nintendo Wii system. So let's jump in there and have some fun. To kick things off, head on over to Mushroom Gorge. Let me tell you, this place lives up to its name, cause it is Gorge. First thing you're gonna wanna do is get right up on this first bouncy mushroom platform to the left. Make sure you have a mushroom for this one. Once you're here, hop, boost, and bounce off the side of the mushroom towards the giant boulder to your left. This is tricky and will bring you a lot of failure and disappointment. Sometimes you will slide off the side of the rock in just utter abject rejection. It just goes to show that Koopa must be driving a lawnmower, because he's clipping through grass. Once you've done this correctly, you'll start driving upwards towards the top of the boulder. Now at this point you have a couple of options. The more useful option is to drive left, because this one can actually end with you completing a lap. In order to do that, you'd need to drive a bit farther than we did at the start in order to successfully trick the game. But you and I, we just like messing around, so we're more interested in seeing the beautiful mushrooms from this amazing vantage point. Now driving to the right side instead yields a couple of different results. For instance, you can slide back from whence you came and die the old-fashioned way. I tried using the rest of the mushrooms to wrap around the side of the rock, but couldn't get anything interesting to happen. But launching through the middle of these two spots will thrust you into an ultra-low-res death plane that forces Koopa into a fit of utter terror. And I'm not talking about Moo Moo Meadows here, folks. I'm talking about the very personification of fear itself. But ultimately, this one isn't too nasty and is a fun little trick to challenge yourself with. Which is more than I can say about this next one. Head over to Wario's gold mine and line up right here immediately off the starting line. From here you should boost, hop, and hit this fake warp pipe just perfectly to pop you up through the bridge above. And oh my word, is this near impossible. Getting your character to do anything but straight up die on that pipe is a painful endeavor. And on top of that, when I did get Mario to bounce up, he'd often get straight up dunked by the bridge anyway. But doing this correctly will, like the last trick, equal a free lap. And that's pretty neat. But it's not that exciting, so pipe down, will ya? Will ya? Over here at Coconut Mall, you can get out of bounds and it's super easy. Like, line up here-ish, motorcycle boost here-ish, and hit here-ish. You're done. Boom, done. Let's have some fun. From here, you can roam around this crazy level as you please. Ever wanted to know how escalators work? Here you go. This is a very accurate representation of that. Hey guys, want to join my subflooring club? It's super underground. So remember that horrible death Koopa faced earlier? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where he ended up. Something else that's cool is that you can reach the parking lot and no-clip through basically everything, like the weirdo you are. That's right, folks, the cars and medians are fair game to drift straight through. This is the best, most fun part of this glitch for me because it's just that dang cool. And yes, Lakitu annoys you the entire time, even when you're back in bounds going the correct direction.
No, you need to turn around, buddy. Yeah, you need to turn right around, buddy.
Ow. That voice is horrible. Speaking of back in bounds, to return to the track, you just have to find a place to roll back in and return to life as you knew it. Quick word of warning though, I managed to get stuck attempting this glitch somehow. And if Dry Bones keeps his bike running until the game fixes itself, he's gonna have to fuel up at the Shell station. Over here at DK Mountain, there's a neat little trick that'll shave some time off of your lap. If you use a mushroom to boost into this very specific spot between the boost pad and fence, you have the ability to pop straight through and continue on to the rest of the track. Be careful though, this little trick can confuse the game and cause you to fly out of bounds with some strange gravity manipulation at play. That said, this is a very fun trick once you get it to work, and I only managed to get it to work with Daisy. So that can only mean one thing. Daisy is riding dirty. Daisy me rollin'. Next up, head over to Maple Treeway. Get it? Treeway instead of freeway? Clever girl, Nintendo. Make sure you use a motorcycle and back up from the starting line to about this point. From here, boost and use a mushroom and aim for the building roof. Careful here because it's super easy to lose control and to die. Once you clear that jump, get snugly in this corner. From here you need to charge up a boost, wheelie, fly through the ground, then boost through this wall. If for some reason that all worked, then you've cut a considerable amount of track. Though most of the time, this glitch is complete garbage and extremely difficult to pull off. And if that wasn't enough, there's a third skip you can do to cut even more track. Get yourself lined up here, charge a boost, wheelie, and ramp up to the section above. This completes this crazy lap, and if you've done all of these steps correctly, you have certainly earned my respect, because I hated it. But over here in Mario Circuit, we have a skip that's actually pretty fun to practice. Pick Funky and a bike and line yourself up with this tree behind the starting lineup. Like before, you want to charge, wheelie, and boost directly into the side of this tree. Eventually, you'll get lucky enough to pop up and over this mountain and sufficiently trick the game into thinking that you're just super good. Now just backpedal a bit, hit the side, and now you're free to complete the lap. Even Lakitu is dumbfounded because he doesn't even want to show up. But this is just the beginning of the Funky Kong tricks, so buckle in tight y'all because we're just getting started. Go to DK Summit and make your way to the half pipe. Once you get there, turn around and do this specific trick off the boost panel off of the half pipe. You have to do this specific trick or else this bad boy don't work. Do this correctly and you start soaring towards the ski lift. Say hi to Shy Guy and then plummet to your doom. Very slowly. Very slowly. But can we take a second to check out this Shy Guy? Like seriously, what's up with his proportions? Like why are you so giant, dog? I have to apologize guys, it's legit 2:30 in the morning and my mind is gone with no sign of returning. So enjoy the rest of this video with that in mind. Love you! This can be done from the right side as well, and when you die, you get brought back to the track at the very beginning. And if that's something you find interesting, I'd say cool man, whatever floats your goat. Because I'm not here to judge, I'm just here to break games, have fun, and live a fulfilling life. Wow, that got sad all of a sudden. Moving on, head to Bowser's Castle for a fun little shortcut. Get to this spot, run the boost panel, and crank left. If done correctly, you float gently to the floor above. This one's harder than it looks, but definitely easier than the others in this video. It doesn't cut off a ton of track, just this little whirly-woo here, but it is a fun way to test out your sick MK Wii skills, of which I have none. Which brings us to Ghost Valley 2, where directly after the starting line, we'll use the tree trick we learned earlier to pop over this gaping crevasse and skip a ton of the track. If you're good at this trick, you can do it for all 3 laps and get a killer trial time, which is a challenge I open up to all of my viewers, because I'm certainly not doing that garbage. But let's ditch Funky and take a look at what Loogie Boy can accomplish. For a quick and almost useless trick, head to Dry Ruins and do the charge wheelie boost trick on this fallen pillar. If you're lucky, you'll pop high enough in the air to enter the temple from up above as you clip through the wall. Like I said, pretty useless, but kinda neat. For a similar trick that's actually useful, head to Bowser's Castle 3. Now once you get to this spot, you'll need to do the exact same trick and try to clear the lava. This one's way harder to pull off, but very satisfying once you do. Alright y'all, head to Grumble Volcano for one of the sickest tricks in the game. Right out of the gate, turn around and dunk yourself into the lava. Next, do the boost wheelie trick to get yourself over to this rock. Make your way around the rock and you'll start actually completing laps. For a decent explanation of this, check out my boy Andy's video for this game. And if by some tear in the fabric of the universe you haven't seen that video before mine, then you're welcome, Andy. I just scored you an interdimensional subscriber. I'll take that $10 you promised me now. Anyway, this trick is really fun and easy and is pretty funny to see while watching the replay, so definitely check this one out if you own the game. Alright everyone, here it is, my favorite glitch of the game. Head back over to Maple Treeway, get to this spot under the sign, and back up very slowly until you fall off. You'll die most of the time, but you have a very small chance of actually surviving. If you do survive, then you have just opened up a giant playground for your enjoyment. This is definitely a glitch worth checking out because there are a ton of things to be discovered. Not only is the landscape strangely mesmerizing, but the exploration alone makes me so happy that this strange phenomenon exists. Want to phase through a house? Not a problem. Want to gaze into an endless orchard? Gotcha covered. Want to fall through said orchard? I'm your man! All I'm saying is that you owe it to yourself to check this one out because this glitch is stunningly beautiful. Just like you.
Here we go!
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed yourself, and I can't wait to see you next time. Speaking of which, I was supposed to make a part 2 to something, wasn't I? Well, guess we'll just have to see next time on Glitch Vault.